Atomic Collectible fans, Fly Guy for TekSushi.com. Another day, another G.I. Joe. This time it's Flint, one of the Wave 2 Retaliation figures. Comes with a humongous play feature, which we'll show you here. This launcher and pulley, definitely in the younger squad camp, I think. Not really my favourite, but you get the idea. Attached the humongously oversized, gigantic backpack, which would break his back if he even walked 2 feet in it, and allow him to slide up and down using these little pulleys and points. And by this point, as a kid, if you've actually got this far of reading this to do this, I think you would have just given up with the whole thing overall. Lots of options, too many of them, quite frankly. For this gigantic DIC vagina-shaped coil-looking thing, which is just wrong. There we go. Yeah. Why did he do this? Just give us something else. I'm sure kids love some other features rather than this, but look, it's a gigantic ass rocket backpack thing. You attach this to the peg here onto Flint's back, and you fire off this missile, and off it goes eventually, and flies off, and lots of string goes everywhere. You get the point of this thing. It's not working for me. Let's get on with the figure. This is one of my own stands, but this is the Wave 2 Flint. So, getting aside all the play features there, this is a good figure. It's a solid figure, but it's a repaint and a repack of bits and pieces of old. I think it was a Duke, Duke from the Power Pursuit Cobra line. I can't quite remember, one of the movie lines anyway. I've seen this shape before, that's for sure. So, it's repainted, and I'm not going to get you on the focus here. Let me just sort that out for you. Whoops. There we go. So repainted with a body kind of armour combat vest on him, and lots of weapons. So let's get a look at them first. And we've got a very cool, we've seen this before on Snake Eyes a couple of times, this great looking little weapon. Love that rifle. So lots and lots of cool detail on that. On the plastic, you can just about see it in the light. So very intricate and lots of good detail on it. He also comes with a very good looking rifle. I don't know the name of it. I'm sure someone will love to tell me in the comments exactly what kind of rifle this is, but it's a damn cool looking one for a toy. So he holds that very nice, lots of good grips on it, which gives him a chance to hold it well. He's also got in the front of his pouch there one removable knife. One standard little black plastic knife for stabbing people, lovely. And that's all the weapons he's got. He does have one other weapon, which is his berry, which I'm not quite sold on, frankly, but some of you may like it. But yeah, berries really aren't that cool as far as I'm concerned. Some of you may like it, I don't. So it's a little bit too small for his head, I'd argue, but underneath we get a much better, more movie realistic looking Flint. So did a good job in the facial sculpt, I think. Fairly decent likeness there on him. And lots of good detail on the head and the hair. And the paint overall is pretty damn good. This body armour that he's got is pretty bulky, but it does work fairly well. As you can see, there all the intricate detail on the body kind of combat armour. It's a shame there's not a little bit more paint applied to that, because it's just one big huge splodge of green. Underneath, I'll try and take this off to show you, there's not a great deal else of the much more to add to the figure. Let me just show you that underneath. So really, that's it. Sure, this was a combat jungle duke or something, but yeah, we've seen the body before, so there's nothing else to really show you on it. He does have obviously the peg at the back there, and that's the kind of detail we've got. So you can remove that if you want, but it certainly makes a good holster there for the knife and whatnot. But the paintwork is pretty detailed. We've got a lot of good detail, and again, that facial sculpt is absolutely bang on the money, I think, for a figure this scale. Decent kind of combat paint and details overall on his trousers, his jumpsuits, and his boots. So a fair amount of detail on him, a fair amount of decent paint. It's just a kind of middle of the road figure. It's not too bad. It's certainly not the worst Joe, but it's not the best either. But if you want to pick this guy up, there will be another version of Flint at one point down the line. It does look a little bit better, I have to say. And you can get a look at that on the same place that I bought this, which is dorksidetoys.com. Tons of Joes those guys have got. Creos, Cobra, they still have some. Retaliation, just one of my favourite... Renegades, I should say, is one of my favourite figure lines. Definitely check them out, and we'll put a link directly underneath this if you're watching on YouTube where you can buy this, and maybe some links to other places as well if they run out of stock. As they do, as they probably will, because some of the Joes are selling so well over there, so definitely check them out at dorksidetoys.com. So in terms of articulation on this guy, we've got a ball jointed head on him, decent amount of swivel and movement on it. Ball joint with a hinge at the tops of the shoulders and on the elbows. He does have swivel wrists, but there's no extra movement on them. There's no extra detail on that. He's got a swivel torso, a little bit restricted with the the combat poncho, whatever you want to call it. His hips, I've got that peg, the pin on there, which allows tons of movement. Double joint on the knees. Is that single? Single joint on the knees. And we get zero articulation on the ankles. So that's what I'm saying. Not the best Joe ever, but certainly not the worst. So Flint is out there. I think he still has some stock left, so hurry up and get one if you want one. He certainly does look pretty cool facially, I think, and fits in well with the rest of the other Joes. But let us know what you think. As usual, comments below. I'd love to hear your comments, and if you like these reviews, let us just give it a subscribe, and we'll get lots and lots of these sent to you in your inbox. Fresh toy reviews delivered straight to you. Just hit subscribe. You can join us on facebook.com/TekSushi, on TekSushi.com, or twitter.com/TekSushi. On Google Plus is TekSushi, and we've also got a G.I. Joe community on TekSushi as well. Just hunt for G.I. Joe, and there's loads of people sharing cool photographs and images of G.I. Joes on there, so plenty of stuff on there too. Check it out and let us know what you think. More G.I. Joe reviews are coming up. See you soon.